Many kids got phones, tablets, or computers as holiday gifts. Now it's time for parents to unwrap some screen time rules. A recent study says about 9 out of every 10 kids reported screen time exceeding the recommendation from the American Pediatric Academy. The average time children spend in front of screens increased to almost 3 hours by the time the children were 3. Children being cared for at home were more than twice as likely to have high screen time as compared to those in a child care center. Doctors suggest the following guidelines: no more than 1 hour of screen time for children ages 2 to 5. From there, a one-size-fits-all time limit can be a bit problematic. Instead of counting hours, you might count quality of exposure. That means homework or a creative project might be counted differently as compared to games or Snapchat. Some research says children who spend too much time glued to their screens are more depressed, get less exercise, have more difficulty making friends, and managing their anger and finishing tasks. Kids who are more well-adjusted spend less time in front of a screen and more time following parental guidelines.
All good advice.